What's going on, everyone? How you doing today? It's Anger Roleplayer once again, and today Grinding Game Games released the Path of NERFS developer manifesto about the upcoming changes in the War for the Atlas League that is coming to Path of Exile, and it's an expansion 3.1.0, so it's a pretty massive amount of nerfs. And the first thing that I'm gonna say about this whole situation is that I'm really happy that, you know, Chris Wilson and Grinding Game Games, they're not afraid to implement nerfs into the game. It's not just fucking constant power creep happening. There is power creep to an extent, but they also nerfs coming after nerfs, and I'm really happy about this. And this specific nerfs, they have been asked for a lot of time, and let's check what's inside. First and the most important thing is the Vaal Pact Keystone nerf. Now, being able to leech instantly meant that many threats were completely mitigated by high damage, fast healing characters with minimal leech investment. That's true. Slayer and the other things. Vaal Pact has been changed to no longer grant instant leech, but instead doubles your character's leech rate and maximum leech rate. That's very good. This was one of the most heavily requested nerfs in the history of Path of Exile. The Keystone is still powerful, but now really benefits from investment in leech. Now, that's very good. I'm really happy about this, and even though I've never really been happy with Vaal Pact, and I only played it very briefly because I really was playing mostly the gimmick builds out there, and I played Vaal Pact with the Frostblades Gladiator in the previous Harbinger League, and I would say that the Vaal Pact was not really life-changing. I mean, I was still being killed by the fucking reflect over and over again. It's like one-shotting mechanics. Reflect also will also be reworked. So Vaal Pact is not really like helps any build in this game, and like it's not like gives you immortality, but it definitely was a bit of a cheat in a situation where you just can't stand with a lot of buffs on you, a lot of defensive stats, and basically just tank end game bosses like the Shaper and tank the fucking Guardians and everything. Just stand face to face and tank and leech instantly. I'm really happy that it's gonna go away, because, you know, you cannot really face tank end game bosses no matter what you do. They should still hit you through. So I'm really happy that Vaal Pact will be gone in the current state that it was for many months and years. The Atziri's Acuity has been changed into instant grant Vaal Pact. If you perform a crit, giving it a slightly different use when compared to the Vaal Pact Keystone. That's interesting. So basically, when you crit, you get the Vaal Pact and leech more. That's pretty cool. I never really been a fan of Atziri's Acuity, but I know that this shit is very powerful. The Slayer Brutal Fervor Ascendancy no longer grants maximum life leech rate. Hematophagy and Vitality Void now only grant 3% the maximum leech rate from 5. So Slayer got a little nerf and no longer grants maximum life leech rate. So Slayer no longer the Leech King. It looks like it's a bit more in line with other classes can achieve with the Leech right now. It's still Leech is crazy, but you know, it's not fucking insane. Like it's not like it's a living walking Vaal Pact right now. And Slayer with the Vaal Pact and the Berserker and Slayer with Vaal Pact, well, the absolutely retarded characters tanking everything in this game, and I'm really happy that Slayer got a slight hit. Brutal Fervor identified as a problem, more so the next closest thing to instant leech. Yeah, that's exactly it. So Mind Over Matter. The mana bonuses granted by the passive skills behind this keystone have been reduced. The mana granted was very high, especially at lower levels. The keystone is currently at the lower level, where further mana master is still worthwhile. So I'm not really very happy at this nerf, simply because Mind Over Matter gave the spellcasters a little more effective like pool of life, which is mana for them. And I know for a fact that there were previously like crazy builds with when you could go Mana Guardian with you know, the energy shield, and there were people who got like 40,000 energy shield combined with mana pool, but it's all pretty much dead when energy shield was nerfed to the fucking ground, and minor will matter was like just an addition on top of existing life pool. It's not really like life changing. It's mostly for support classes and support builds out there. So I think that hurts way too much the spellcasters, because for them minor matter was like an extra survival opportunity. And right now, you know, if you can invest in life heavily, and you pretty much mana will not save you as well, as far as I can understand. So it's pretty bad for the spellcasters, pretty bad. I don't see the reasoning behind this. I mean, not everyone is a fucking support with 20,000 mana out there, which is pretty retarded. Well, I mean, another reasoning behind this is, you know, melee characters and most tanky characters can achieve like very high life pool right now, like 7,000, 8,000, even 9,000 life is not terrible, terribly problematic right now. But Mind Over Matter was really like useful for the weak spellcasters, especially, you know, the totem shit and the trap shit and everything like that. You know, like anything like this. Mine shit was also, Mind Over Matter was also useful for this. But you know, life characters never really had problems because they had leech, they had regen. But mana was a good source of extra mitigation. Now that this is nerfed, I believe it was a bit wrong with this. Now, vulnerability, despair, and wither. Vulnerability is now a strength gem. Focus on physical damage, bleed and maim. Okay. Despair is a new intelligence gem that will replace existing copies of vulnerability. It reduces chaos resistance, increases damage over time, and grants added chaos damage to hits. Two hits against cursed enemies. I wonder, will hits be done by the totems as well? Does it really sound like a hit? I'm pretty sure about this, but I'm not entirely sure. So Wither now has a lower max stack, limit 15 down from 20, and slightly lower damage taking effect per stack 6. So Wither got a hit, and Dark Pact Totems got a hit as well. And Wither was a massive debuff that stacks tremendously, and basically like the most powerful chaos damage debuff in the game. Wither increases chaos damage taken by an enemy is much more than was reasonable for an easily to time-affable non-damage skill. We've split some of this damage bonus option to the new Despair Curse, taking this opportunity to realign vulnerability as a strength-based curse. It was more appropriate for a physical damage improvement effect. Okay. So, there is still the new gem called Vulnerability, which is basically a chaos debuff as well. So Wither, there's like two of them now, Wither and Vulnerability as well. That's very good. I will incorporate this gem and see what will happen with the Dark Pact Totems build that I'm gonna play. Witchfire Brew now also applies Despair, pretty cool. So this is like the first ever flask to go. Dark Pact, cast using your life no longer has bonus radius, and the damage bonus has been reduced from 95 more damage with hits and enemies when using life to 76. So around 20%, 25% nerf. That's very good because, you know, Dark Pact Berserkers were cleaning shit like nothing, absolutely, and is surprisingly doesn't hit totems. So I think, yeah, I think that doesn't hit totems. So totems survived. Totems fucking survived, guys. On life spending, Dark Pact builds were dealing too much damage. Indeed, it's fucking insane. So Barrage no longer has the additional projectile in the Mercy Lab. Yeah, it was Doomfletch was nerfed. Oh, Doomfletch was one of the most popular bows in the fucking game. Everyone, the Doomfletch Prism meta was really hard. So it's gotten nerfed. Slight nerf on Fizz. No crit chance now. Pretty cool. Queen of the Forest, one of the most popular armor chests in the game, now has 200 to 240 increased evasion, down from almost 400. Okay, so mine is legacy now. and move speed is capped at 100%, so that's a Z. The move speed is hard capped at 100. Yeah, I mean, Queen of the Forest taking Pathfinders were absolutely fucking ridiculous lab farmers. I've seen people moving in an absolutely fucking ridiculous, unbelievable speed, and obviously that was like coming to an end. No, we've seen that coming, and this is basically happened. This is it. So I agree to this nerf absolutely. Those beyond retarded. This like moving like absolutely like on fast forward rewind through the lab. It's fucking ridiculous. Rise of the Phoenix, maximum fire res. Yeah, Raiders fire shit got a nerf. Life region has been increased, so life region has been increased. Pretty interesting. So pretty much life region and fire res reduced by to 5 from 8 grants 40 to 60 life. Okay, can it be divined? So Rise of the Phoenix, the Rider's Fire was a little nerf. I wonder what will happen to the Rider's Fire builds right now. What are the sources of fire resistance? Will they find? Will it even possible? Will that even be important for them? How hard will this single nerf hit the Rider's Fire builds? So now to the most interesting shit. Experience changes for high-level characters. Each league, the race to 100 is over more quickly than the previous one as players become more efficient and the experience available gets larger. We receive overwhelming feedback, including from the top racers, that the process should be made longer. We are going to be careful though and just adjust it a bit at a time. In 3.1, this takes form of small additional experience penalties at level 95 and 99. So at 95 to 96, 6.5 more experience needed, but at 99 to 100, 40% more experience needed. So basically, holy shit, yeah, this will take a while, and level 100 is like the big deal right now. Now I'm really happy with this. From one point of view, I'm happy with this because, you know, people got to the 100, especially with the fucking Beach Boy support in our bots shit meta. They went to the 100 like really fast, way too fucking fast in my opinion, like in a week. And some people later got like in 1 day, in less than 1 day to the 100. It was absolutely fucking retarded. And I never made it past 91 in this game because I get extremely bored, to be honest. I just try different builds all the time. I play 7 players. And in this league I had like I think I had the urge to play like high, to make a little high, maybe 92, 93. But with this experience needed right now, with this experience kind of boost that is needed right now for anything above 95, I have a feeling I will never make it past 95 at all, ever in this game. So that might be too much for me, you know, from the point of a bit semi-casual player. I'm not, you know, the top racer, I'm not playing in groups, I'm just, you know, the casual PoE like researcher and shit. So from my experience, from my point of view, this is good. But for me, like the guy had never reached 95 at all. I think that may be a little discouraging because, you know, for example, if this league I wanted to reach the goal like 95, 96, 97, potentially that hurts me and I might not be able to reach it before I rip to another character. So this is the path of nerfs, guys. I wanted to discuss with you this, and the league starts in less than 3 days. It starts on Friday. Unfortunately, it's always on fucking Friday. I can't play this shit because, you know, I don't play on weekends. I have family business on weekends. It's pretty sad. So I'll be maybe watching some, you know, streamers out there playing, enjoying the shit, no lifing hard on the weekends. But this is it. I think that War for the Atlas will be a very interesting expansion. I really can't wait to play. There's a lot of new uniques, a lot of new skill gems, a lot of corpse explosion shit has been reworked. Like this, for example, there's a lot of new skills, spell cascade, cremation, a nerf. Very interesting skills, guys. Very interesting skills. Volatile Dead. This is all very interesting. I really enjoy this shit. Spell Cascade with Desecrate. There's a lot of new things out there, and they introducing a lot of new gems, which are pretty fucking cool. I'm really happy with all this. There's a lot of new uniques, and for the first time ever in this game, we also get the unique belt with the sockets. We also get unique jewels out there, which can be socketed even in a fucking belt, which is pretty insane. So there's a lot of things coming, and I really want to see all of you in the upcoming expansion. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.